God just gave me an amazing word, and I'm so excited because I have been feeling like I'm going to release a prophetic word soon. And I didn't know what it was going to be about, but I'm so excited because it's just so beautiful and cool and just amazing and just like God simultaneously. So, God has been showing me bees a lot and honey and talking to me about the land of milk and honey. And when I stay somewhere else, bees used to always seem to like follow me around when I was doing spiritual work. And I would be scared, and God told me to stop running. And now I'm not afraid of them anymore. And God told me that represented me being afraid of a part of nature, that even though it has the capability of hurting me, it doesn't mean that it wants to hurt me. That what God allows near me, God will not allow to hurt me. And then God shows me how anything can have the power to hurt us. Like, everything has the power to hurt us, but it's only certain things and certain ideals and certain beliefs that cause people to focus on hurt in a specific subject. Now, God just gave me a vision of men, and in the vision of men were bees. And so God has also been talking to me a lot about flowers, garden, meadow, so many different things of that nature. And so, bees, they get the nectar from the flower, and then they regurgitate that, and they all store it in a honeycomb, a beehive, and it turns into honey, which is something that is sweet, yes, but it also has very huge healing properties if you use it inside of your body and outside of your body. So, what the message is the woman is the flower, referred to as delicate, and also the flower being her vagina, which a flower is not supposed to be opened up by anyone before it's time. And so when your flower is open, it's a purpose connected to it. And so the bee that connects to your flower, whatever they learn from encountering you, they get purified by God through their interactions with you. Excuse me. So they're taking what's inside of you, but you're not lacking anything because they're taking from you. It's a part of your purpose to supply that to the man, whatever he encounters with you. And whatever he encounters with you, it purifies him. He's releasing things from inside of him because of his interactions with you. What's inside of you goes inside of other people. This is why people need to watch who they're around, because whatever is going on with people, it affects you. How people can feel like if somebody just got in a fight or somebody is upset and you start feeling that too. Well, the beauty of your flower, all of the ingredients of you, whoever encounters that, they spread that everywhere they go. And so when your husband connects with you, whatever is inside of you goes inside of him. And love is a purifier, okay? And it cleanses your spouse. And they release things from inside of them because of them connecting to you. Only you can cause them to release those certain things. Only flowers can cause bees to release those things. So when your husband connects to you, he releases certain things in a certain place. Now, what the vision is symbolically saying is basically, because of the contents of you, what God created you for, is blessing your husband. And whenever your husband is connected to other husbands, he's blessing them. And even not just even other husbands, but even other men who are having sex with women that are not their wife or want to have sex. Whatever is inside of him, whatever is inside of them is working together for the greater good of all, because all of these things being released from all these different bees, aka men, is being used to heal the world. Because even the things that are considered toxic inside of these men, when we as society learn what's going on with them, we won't be afraid of them. Like how people run from bees because they don't want to get stung. Well, what happens is, when you really understand how God is working in your life, you don't even have to understand bees. When you understand that God has you protected, you understand that nothing can come near you that hurts you. So you have to have a certain wisdom, because what a lot of women go through is they feel like they have been depleted and that a man has taken everything that they got, and a man cannot do that. Just because a man hurt you and he didn't treat you right doesn't mean he took everything from you. Just because you did so many things and feel like you don't have nothing else to give your husband, you don't even know yourself fully yet. You can't possibly give everything that you have to someone because you don't even fully know yourself yet. You have a whole life ahead of you, and you're not going to be the same throughout your life. So they cannot take everything from you. So what I'm here to let you know is that you have special things inside of you, and people are going to come to interact with you and be blessed from what you have inside of you. And it's going to cause them to release things, and they're going to share it with the world, and the world is going to be affected by you. The flowers don't know who is using this honey. They don't even know that the honey is being sold. The flowers don't have no awareness of any of this. What people do with the words that we have given them and the way that we have made them feel, we don't know how that affects the way that they maneuver and go out into the world. God could tell us 100 things that we did for people, and that still wouldn't be everything that we did for them. It would take more than a whole lifetime just to understand what you did for somebody else, but you have your own life to live, so you can't keep focusing on what you did for somebody else. God is enough. That's why you need to understand that you are in your purpose simply by being born. Because walking down the street, somebody is inspired by your skin complexion, your shape, your height, your hair color, your voice, your shoes, your walk. And this is not an exaggeration. We see this in society. You know this because we all wear the same hairstyles, and we had to see somebody with it. Somebody invented it, and more people kept wearing it because they liked it. People become confident because they see other people do things that are similar to them that they thought certain people could only do. For example, women that have dark skin, they were told that they should not wear blonde hair, and we look beautiful with blonde hair. And it had to take a confident, dark-skinned woman to wear blonde hair to inspire more women. Yes, God could have inspired all of them women inside by speaking to them directly, but God works through all of us for each other. Romans 8:8, we all work together for the greater good of all. And so that's the message. Whatever is inside of you it blesses people, and they take it and they release it to the world, and it reaches more people than you can ever know. And this process continues. Remember, you can never get used up. Okay? When your life ends, it was not because somebody used you up. It's because you fulfilled your purpose. A flower that naturally dies in the ground and a flower that dies because somebody plucked it up and used it for a bouquet, they both were used for their purpose. I'm so excited. Okay, talk to God about the beauty of you. Learn more about your spouse. Learn more about your future spouse. And this even goes for anybody that's connected to you. Everyone, whether they're your spouse or not, whether they're a woman or a man. Even animals and things of that nature. You see how animals get happy around certain people. You blessing these animals. Like, you know how animals act when they angry. They attack. And so an animal being happy to see you, they're not attacking things just because it's there. You know how people get attacked by dogs and they're not even doing nothing to the dog. Like, just imagine if that dog had peace. That wouldn't be happening. And so it's the same thing. Okay, I'm so excited. I love you, and most importantly, God does too. Read the description area to learn more about it. Read the description area to learn more about what I do, because I am a spiritual advisor and I love assisting people. I assist in every area of life, and most importantly, I teach people how to understand the ways that God communicates, so that you will have clarity when you're not in sessions with me, because I am not more special than you. I just have an understanding that is catered to my purpose, and God is giving you the same understanding that you need when you connect to God. Okay? We're all going to have the understanding that is necessary. We do not have to depend on people, but God always does use people, and so you will know. Ooh, God just gave me something good to add. Okay, flowers can heal on their own, right? And flowers have their own purpose on their own. But no matter what, a flower cannot produce honey on its own. A flower needs that bee to connect with it for honey to be created. And then that bee has to fully carry it out. It has to carry out the full process, because if that bee dies from between the time it got the nectar to you to on the time to the beehive or the honeycomb, then it would not be taking your components into making that honey that heals the world. This honey is not just made up of your flower, but it's made up of a whole bunch of flowers, and not just the one bee that came to you, but the bees that go from all of this. So it's like a collaboration. We all work together for the greater good of all, okay? And with this also being said, when you connect to a man that is not a virgin, love him and respect him as God has loved you, and respects you and forgives people. You know the Bible, and you know the people that God uses. We're not here to condemn people. We're not here to look down on people because of their choices, okay? God has a purpose for people. This is why you need to be connected to God, because they still have a purpose, okay? God used you to bless them. Anybody that hurt you, that's even more a reason why God used you, okay? The same thing as with people who are not hurt. They need you, because they need to be around other people who will not hurt others. Everybody needs to be around people that will not hurt them. People that are hurting and people that are not hurting. So this is like 30 minutes later. But I have to add this because God told me to, and it's so good. So before I add this, I just want to let you know that I'm seeing a vision and I'm describing it to you. So that's why I am adding parts, which is coming to you as one word, but I'm really like adding parts like minutes apart. And so what God is telling me to tell you, that just as the bees are not watering the flowers or did not plant the flowers there, or it's not the sunlight, you do not have to get angry and speak down on and feel less than and feel used up and be upset with God and complain to God because someone takes something from you and you feel like you didn't get anything back in return. Because God is sustaining you regardless through other avenues. The sun is nurturing you, the water is nurturing you, and you're not a flower that's just there alone. You're surrounded by other flowers and you're safe. So allow yourself to be used by God, because when you're used by God, you cannot be misused. But in order to understand that you're not being misused is to talk to God, because humans have their own understanding of how things should go when other people receive from them. They feel like they should be able to access what they need from that person that got something from them, and that's not how God works. Another addition, you actually are receiving something from them, just not what you wanted, but it's what you needed.